Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity 16.3 Supportability Training. My name is Dave Sprague. In this section, we'll review the updates to Clarity Connections, which is the out-of-the-box configurable solution to integrate Clarity and Rally. As a reminder, the goal of this solution is to tie Clarity and Rally together. You can start with Clarity business outcomes, import them into a roadmap. The integration can use these business outcomes from an approval roadmap scenario to create portfolio items in Rally. The integration can also use the portfolio items in Rally to create business outcomes in Clarity. That was a new capability that was introduced in 16.01. And then based on both initial estimates as well as the delivery status, Rally can send that information back to Clarity for review or monitoring. The integration allows you to tie business decisions and their prioritization with delivery or execution information. In addition, Clarity provides the ability for organizations to catalog objectives and key results, or OKRs, and track their progress, which creates alignment and encourages engagement, which are all critical success factors for any business. From a Rally integration perspective, different parts of the organization will articulate unique OKRs related to their respective roles. Even though these OKRs may be viewed through different filters, they can often complement or be aligned with each other. As a result, business engagement, business and engineering management achieve OKR alignment. This is how we visualize the relationship between these two solutions. We're going to continue to evolve this over time as people or customers tell us what other information they'd like to see go through this round trip. So what's new? First up, customers have requested that Clarity relax the email address sync rules so that the integration is case insensitive for email addresses and allows a successful sync of those mapped fields. Prior to this update, when the Clarity Rally integration attempted to sync the Rally owner field as an example with the Clarity manager field as an example, the sync would fail if the email address case did not match exactly. Next, customers have requested Clarity to, number one, improve the integration or error condition information available to the end user and make it available directly from within a synced investment. This type of information being requested for end users is currently available only to administrators from within the staging table pages. The issue is that the end users didn't have access to the information until now. Okay, so let's get to the product to review these new capabilities. I'm going to start here with the new capability where the sync rules for email addresses have been relaxed. As you can see, I'm starting here from Clarity and the products listing using the products and Rally integration view. Since user details such as email addresses are not synced between Clarity and Rally today, there's a high probability that email addresses in either Clarity or Rally may not have been implemented, accounting for case sensitivity. As an example, this Clarity Manager field, if you're syncing that with the Rally Owner field, without the proper case, the sync would fail if they didn't match exactly. So we're going to talk about how we've relaxed those rules. All right, so you can see that 2 out of the 5 products have Rally sync information. You can see the integration mapping that's here. You can see that, of course, the last sync status is successful. Last sync date is populated, indicating when the Rally sync, last Rally update occurred. Also, that object ID and formatted ID are another indication of a successful synchronization with Rally. The 2 products that have been synced, you can also see that the manager is listed, right? So we have Mary Watson and Joe Smith. So let me switch into the resource area. I want to show you the email addresses that are in place for those 2 users. I've just got some active filters going on here. You can see that for Mary and Joe, we're using a lowercase naming convention in Clarity as it pertains to the email address. Let me switch over to Rally, and here's my portfolio items. You can see the corresponding epics that have been created. You can see the source field is populated. The same integration mapping field is also automatically created and populated for the credit cards and digital banking application epics. And you can see Mary and Joe have been established as the Rally owner based on this synchronization. What I want to do is I'm going to switch gears to the kind of a Rally administrator persona and go to the user area, and I've got a filter in here. You can see the email addresses for Smith are using capitals, and Mary Watson is using capitals. So just a reminder, these, the lowercase is what was used in Clarity. So here they're certainly not matching with respect to case. So let me come back out of this and come back to our portfolio listing. And I'll go back to Clarity. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to populate three of these guys with the integration mapping. I'll populate the last, two, I'm sorry. I'll populate the two. And I'm going to go ahead and set, and I'm going to do all of these to Mary Watson. And we'll just drag that there. And I'm going to go ahead and set the team now that we've selected the integration mapping. I have access to team information. I'll just do that. Okay. And then we'll do that. So I'm going to just do 2 out of these 5. Okay, so the next thing to do is to go to Classic and pull up the sync job to run that. Now, oops, let me go into the available jobs. Typically, this function is automated. A schedule is put in place to run the various jobs that are appropriate for the synchronization. So as an end user, or an administrator, you're typically not coming in here and taking care of this, on the fly. I'll just go to the log area to monitor to make sure these jobs complete. The sync mapped information job is right there, and it should be wrapping up here in a second. That's done. We're going to automatically start the import integration import staging table job, and that should show up in just a second here. I'm just refreshing the page while we're doing this to make sure that we're gonna, when we go look at the updates, we know that they're completed. Here we go. Should have one more second here. Just waiting here. That's interesting. Okay, let me kind of refresh and see what Rally looks like. We've got the one extra. Where's the other one? Okay, import staging tables is now complete. So now you can see the 2 additional epics that are created. Remember, we assigned both of them to Mary, and we assigned both of them to the architecture team. And if I go back to Clarity, you can see also the success criterion is here, the architecture team success, and then we've got back to corresponding information that we expected to show success. So, to conclude this portion of the demo, Clarity Rally integration has relaxed the email address sync rules to be case insensitive, and now allows a successful sync of the mapped user-oriented fields. Okay, so let's switch gears and we'll talk about the next Clarity Rally integration update. Customers have requested that Clarity, number one, improve the integration error condition information available to end users and make it directly available to them from within a synchronized investment, such as one of these items here. I mentioned the information that we're going to go talk about is available, but it's only available to administrators. in the staging tables. So I'll start here. You can see again, the 4 out of the 5 products have rally sync information. Again, all the proper information is here, last success, etc., to indicate that those things are there. And just as a reminder, here's the 4 items in Rally with their source column populated. I'm going to then just go back to Clarity. And one of the things I wanted to point out here was the last sync status message. Success, failed in either Clarity or Rally. Now I've used the normal out of the box color mapping capability to color that. So this isn't changing. What is changing is, in the case of this success, you see in the last sync message updated on a date with a timestamp. So in case of a successful message, a successful sync, this type of information is not changing. But what is changing in the case of a failure condition, I'll get the updated on with the timestamp, and then I'll get some more detailed information. So what we want to do now is, so we obviously have no error condition right now. I'm going to go through a series of steps that basically force an error condition, and we'll take a look at that. So I'm going to switch to a different view to bring in these 2 additional columns, the rally value score and a rally risk score. The rally value score is going to sync from Clarity to Rally. The rally risk score is going to sync from Rally to Clarity. In Clarity, both of these have been set up with a validation range of -10 to 100 as acceptable values. So what I'm going to do for the credit card in the Rally value score, I'll go -5, right? This is well within the range that is acceptable on the Clarity side. And I'll go ahead and set these to 20. And then the other thing I want to do is there you go. I'm just leave these at the, I'll set the integration mapping on this final one here to our September 20. I'll set the architecture team here, and I'll update this one to be Joe Smith. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is I'm going to switch over to Rally. I'll select a different view here as well, and I'm going to introduce those additional fields here for risk. It didn't come in. That's strange. I'll just do that right now. I'll do value score, and risk score. There we go. And I'll bring those over to center to show them here. And I'm also going to do a couple more things here. Estimate category and estimate. Okay. All right. So I've just got my 2 things here. Remember, risk score is going to be going from Rally to Clarity. So I'm going to go ahead and set credit cards to a 150. Now, if you remember, 150. And I'll go ahead and set these guys to 30. Those well within the range. Now, if you recall, the Clarity is set up to accept -10 to 150, -10 to 100, just as a reminder there. Okay, so now that I have some data that I'm ready to synchronize, I've got some data here. I'm going to go into the integration mapping area. Let's pick this integration, and I'm going to activate the different fields that I want here. We want the risk score and the value score. And note, Rally value score is going Clarity Rally, and the risk score is going Rally to Clarity. So I've reenacted those, and I'm also going to disable name just for purposes of our demonstration here. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to our product listing and just show you where we are. Remember, value score is going rally to clarity. Sorry, clarity to rally, and the risk score is coming from rally. So let's go ahead and get back into our job area, and we're going to execute the jobs. I'll pick that guy and I'll just hit submit. All right, so we're gonna double check to find out how we're doing on those jobs. Sync map information is going to run. Import staging table is done here. We're done. Okay. So let's go back to Rally real quick since we're here. You can see the risk scores, the value scores came over, except for this one ended up at a 0. So we're going to have to investigate that, right? But these other 20s came over from Clarity. And you'll notice that the 5th expected epoch didn't get created. So we got to go sort that out. So I'm going to refresh this page and it should light up with a variety of colors now. So what we've got here is, remember, yellow was failed in both Clarity and Rally, and then we have obviously the failed in Rally. So let's take a look at this. Notice that the risk score was not populated. It wasn't received. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to drill into this so we can look at the message a little bit closer here. What happens here is we get the error on a certain date and a timestamp, and the initial part of this is the value for the Rally risk score is out of range. Remember, it was a 150 that came in from Rally, and it's only looking for things between -10 and 100. So this is the clarity issue. And now in a single field, we've concatenated the Rally information is in the brackets. Remember, we had a value score of -5 that we're trying to send over to Rally, and it is looking for things that are greater than or equal to 0. So we've got both of these, what happened in Rally and what happened in Clarity in a single field here. The other thing that failed here was trying to create the new item in Rally, and we disabled the name. And here it's saying, it failed on the Rally side because it's actually looking for the name field. It can't be blank. And notice it's in brackets, which indicates it's the Rally information. Okay, so what I want to do, one more thing is just go to the staging tables to show you how there's a bit of a difference here. Mainly focusing on the credit card error where both items were presented in a single field. If I go to the integration mapping area and go into if this is our guy right here, the to clarity part, we have the message, the error, the value for the Rally risk score is out of range. This was the 150 that was coming in from Clarity, from Rally, I'm sorry. And if I go to Rally, I'll see the value score must be greater than or equal to 0. So I do have this information presented to the administrator in staging tables. You can see the name error that occurred as well for that epoch. But in particular, the items that are now concatenated into a single message is quite an improvement from an end user perspective. They're still here for the administrator. I can go into to Rally and find out what the problem was, and I can go into to Clarity and find out what the problem was. But as we come back to the product listing, you'll see that in particular where there's a failure on Clarity and Rally together, it's now concatenated into a single field. So that kind of concludes the demonstration there where the information is now available directly. It's more robust. And it's also made available directly within an associated investment. All right. So that concludes our demonstration and the 16.3.0 Clarity and Rally integration updates. Thank you very much for your time.